Hello Virgos and welcome to your February readings with me. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. So let's see what's in store for Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising. Well, the energy starts with the feminine energy over here, my dear Virgos, for you. So it's either you who is really going to be busy with work and having to deal with a lot of things. Otherwise, I am seeing that you're dealing with the feminine energy. This feminine energy can be a pretty challenging energies for some of the Virgos because I see them as an ex-partner. I see them as a competitor, a rival at work. I see them as a person who can create some kind of conflicts also, yeah, or just stress you out for nothing, just because they want to outshine you, all right. While this person also can be a colleague who is very smart, very good at her work, but at the same time doesn't allow anybody to take the credit, in the sense whatever you are going to do, they will add a little bit of it and say they have done it, all right. So you need to be careful in the first week with this kind of feminine energy that you might deal with, my dear Virgos. But otherwise, I'm seeing that it is a work energy for you all. You are going to be busy with work. Some of you might see a person in authority who is a feminine figure, who is kind of a selfish kind of a person, but at the same time who is doing her job well. So it can be somebody from the medical field, a therapist, or it can also be somebody from the administration department, all right. But all in all, the ones on the personal front, a feminine energy can be something of a challenge, a person who gets more challenge into the week. This is what I see. So how do you deal with this energy? Well, you deal with this energy by outsmarting that energy, all right, because you need to know their game before they play it, all right. So just keep your eyes open and just be more focused on what are the things around you, how things are moving. And if this feminine energy is the one that you are doubting, some of you might already know who is this feminine energy is that you're going to deal with in the first week. So you have to outsmart them. You have to go 10 steps ahead of them, and then you have nothing to worry about it, all right. And for those of the Virgos who are having some kind of a relationship outside their committed relationship, then my dear Virgos, be careful, because the first week can get some kind of a messy situation due to this third party, all right. So you have to be careful. So this is why I always say, it's better to be honest. Whatever it is, you just have to be honest about the situation, because then you don't land into problems, all right. When you are truthful and when you say, I mean, even if it is the worst thing, I know it can be really bitter for you to speak out if you are in such a situation, but then it's better not to live with guilt all your life also. So you have to express that out, and then you have to see, and you have to be ready for the consequence, because as you have already entered into something, you already knew the consequences of it. So it is better to be honest on these kind of things, so that you don't create a bigger mess, or the other person doesn't come and create a bigger mess for you, my dear Virgos. And then we go to the second week. Well, the second week's energy is all about letters. It is all about networking. It is all about writing. I see Virgos very busy. They are writing, they are messaging, they are dealing with a lot of administrative stuff, and some of the Virgos are going to be a bit upset because of some kind of fine that can come also, because you forgot to pay something and now you're receiving the letter saying, you didn't pay this. Dear Virgo, you didn't pay this, you forgot about it. And Virgo says, oh, I never forget. I am really good. But sometimes we can forget. And so, my dear Virgos, the moment you listen to this reading, please check if there are some things to be paid, so that you just pay it right away and you don't get a fine, all right? And for some of the Virgos, it can be a kind of a letter that which can arrive, which can be a bit like, I was not expecting this, and this is not a very positive letter. So just be careful about that, my my dear Virgos, all right? But otherwise, I'm seeing a lot of letters and stuff happening, a lot of networking happening in the second week for Virgos. Even for student Virgos, also the second week, yeah, you need to be careful. As I said, there can be some things that were forgotten and that you have to pay for in the second week. So just be careful on that. Some administrative procedures, okay, can be kind of a thing. Or maybe for some of you also, I am seeing the energy of some news that is like, why did this have to arrive now, so this kind of news also can arrive in the second week, and that makes your like not very good feelings arise inside of you. So deal with it with patience, all right, because we have to deal with the third week also. And the third week is a challenging week here, as you can see. Who are you getting upset with, my dear Virgos? There is a challenge here to be met. I'm a Virgo moon, so for me this applies also. So I'm really like, wow, third week, what challenge is arising? What's the challenge coming in for us in the third week? Well, there is something regarding administrative things that can arise. It can be also that that in the second week, whatever has come to you, upon that you are still ruminating those thoughts, all right? And because of that, you feel a bit restless, or you feel a bit discouraged about something in the third week. Be it, for example, you have applied for some kind of visa, or you have applied for a particular, university, or to a university, or you have applied for something and you are not getting the expected results very fast. It's like you have been put on the hold, and this is what is really making you restless inside of you. For some of us in the third weeks, Virgos, it can be also that we can also feel the global tensions, all right, the global tensions inside our own body. So it can manifest itself through aches and pains in the body also. So need to be careful about that also, my dear Virgos. And yes, there will be provocation in the third week. There will be a provocation, and this provocation has to be dealt with lot of Virgo diplomacy, I would like to say. Being sarcastic, but just being just, okay? Not too much, not too less. Give the dish of sarcasm, but just in its proper proportion. Because in the third week, there will be people who are going to try to test your nerves. And somewhere I feel the Virgos are not going to keep quiet. So I'm just saying, don't spend too much of energy trying to convince someone of whatever. It can be a work situation, it can be a love situation, it can be also something related to your very internal family matters also, all right? So just be careful about that when you're provoked, it's not going to be a very big thing, all right? So don't get like what's going to happen, nothing like that. So whatever is coming in the third week, you have to adapt it with the Virgos have a wonderful sarcastic humor also. They know how to give it back with a lot of sarcastic humor. So use it here in the third week. If you feel attacked or provoked by someone, use your sarcastic humor skills in the third week, my dear Virgos, all right? And no need to feel discouraged, because you know yourself so good. I mean, you can't give anyone the power to destabilize you. When you know you are standing on firm grounds, how can somebody come and shake you up? That means you're giving too much of importance to someone else. That's not required at all, no matter who it is. Know that when you know you are strong in something and you are standing on the right path, you don't need to get destabilized. But yes, if you are wrong, then yes, there everything changes. That's a game changer, right? So just be careful about that. And even for Virgo students also, no matter what the results have come, you still have other opportunities, all right? So you still have time to get the results that you want also. So work at it well, all right? And then we go to the last week. And my dear Virgos, what have you been doing? Spending a lot. yeah, or some extra expenditures had come, and because of that you have spent a lot. Most probably expect some relatives or some close person ask you for some financial help in the last week. Also, there can be sudden expenditures for Virgos in the last week. Maybe they are traveling, so maybe you have booked a ticket which costs a lot, and for maybe for the family also, or maybe you went and you bought something that was very required for you, but at the same time it costed a lot also, my dear Virgos. So I'm seeing sudden expenditures in the last week, which can put you into a financial discomfort. So organize your budget properly, my dear Virgos, so that you have enough, and then the excess you can always give it. Otherwise, just make your, like, okay, this much I'm going to give to this one, or this much I'm going to give to this one, like make your all expenses, write down your expenses and just go accordingly, my dear Virgos. And you are good at that, I don't even have to say to you. But in the last week, there are chances of finding yourself in a kind of a financial deficiency. Most probably you were expecting that money that you owed to someone and that didn't come, but don't worry, it's going to come, but not right now. So because of that, you had planned something keeping that in mind, and the person says, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't pay you back. Oh, so you are in a fix over here. All right, so just go wisely about your money matters in the last week, and be careful. Try to see if things are really really required expenditure wise, and then go ahead with your spendings. But there is a lot of energy over here in the last week, my dear Virgos, where you really need to be careful regarding your money matters. And yes, one thing about money, which I feel, it's only my opinion, might not be yours, is that money comes, money goes, money comes. It's like it moves in circles. It's not like you're going to hold on to money and then you are really really rich. But no, money is a means to live also. So you have to spend also, and then it's like it keeps on going in circles, but then not excess also. If you do something in excess, well, the money, if you spend in excess, is not going to come back in excess, because it's like it takes long to earn it, but it takes seconds to spend it. So just keep that in mind in the last week. Whenever you feel the urge, just know if it is the necessity at the first place. Okay, I'm not teaching you to be stingy because that's not me either, but yes, you need to be a bit careful regarding money matters. And yes, especially regarding lendings, if you lend it, know that you're not going to get it back soon. All right, so just be careful about that also, unless you're doing a charity to that person. All right, so thank you, my dear Virgos, for listening. Please do like, share and comment, and I shall see you next month. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye. God bless. Bye.